Hey everybody, Crypto Mentor 99. How you doing? So I saw a video last night that got me thinking, and I want to do a video on it. I hope this makes sense. So in the description box below, I'm going to put a link to a video that I would like for you to watch. And it might be better, I got to think here, it might be better to view that video before you go any further with this video. Fair warning. But take a look at this video. It's only 4 minutes and 4 seconds. And for those of you that don't have 4 minutes and 4 seconds to spare, it's it's a video on a prank they did with some people in Madrid, Spain. And they had a professional soccer player, Cristiano Ronaldo. Everybody knows him. He got like makeup and long hair, and he went into the village square and started playing soccer, just kind of kicking the ball to himself. And he would invite other people to play, adults and children, and no one wanted to play except this one boy. So this one boy and him were kicking the ball, and no one was really giving him any attention, that much attention. And then at the end, he takes the soccer ball and signs it, and then he takes off his hair and his beard, and everybody sees this. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, and they're like, oh my gosh, he's like the soccer king, right? So you're probably like, Crypto Mentor 99, what does that have to do with cryptos? Well, it has everything to do with it, and it has nothing to do with it. Let me explain. The point that I'm trying to make is you never know in life who you're talking to. So in the same way in this video that's below, none of the people knew that behind the disguise was a world-class soccer player, right? Because they couldn't see his face. And I was just thinking last night and even this morning, some of the people that I've met over the years that when I first met them, I didn't know who they were, how significant that they would, a role that they would play in my life. And I'm just going to give you a few instances. So one time I was having my car repaired, probably about 10 years ago. And this gentleman walked in, and he was about 7 feet tall, 7 foot, maybe 7'2". And he was a tall man, in shape, older guy. And he sat next, so he dropped off his car, and we were both waiting for our cars to get fixed. And I struck up a conversation with him, and he ended up being a professional, well, an ex-professional basketball player. So when he was younger, he played in the NBA in the United States, the National Basketball Association, the NBA, and then later in his career, he went to Italy to play. So we struck up a friendship and a conversation. It was wonderful, okay? And then another time, I was in another country outside the United States, and I meet this family, beautiful family. And they had 2 sons. And it turns out that both of these young men were Olympians. And they both participated in the same event in the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, Australia. And I got to know them, and they're my friends. So my point is, you always want to treat people with dignity and respect and honor, because you never know who you're talking to, okay? And I remember probably about 5 or 6 years ago, again, I was in another country, and I met this young man, and he was delightful, and he was strong, and he was gentle, but he was tough, and we started talking, and he ended up telling me that in 1999, he was the lightweight boxing champion in this particular country. And I'm like, man, I didn't know that. But again, I'm friends with him now, and in the crypto space, when you're doing interviews or meeting people, you don't really know the person that you're talking to, what their sphere of influence is, and you don't know that maybe that they want to help you because maybe you need a little help. And I'm not just talking in this video about the rich and the famous that I've met over the years. I've done a lot of traveling, and unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, I've heard many stories over the years about people being sexually abused, and people that have gotten divorced, and people that were in prison. And you don't know that when you just strike up a conversation with someone. But the point is, and I hope I've made it in this video, in the same way that in the video link below, all of these people walked by this famous world-class soccer player, and then once they took off his disguise, like, oh, now I want to be your friend. Now I'll play soccer with you. Now I'm going to ask you for your autograph. Don't wait for that moment. Get to know people. Be their friends. Try to add value to friends in your life. And that's what I try to do on this small YouTube channel that I have. I want to highlight people. I want to brag on people. And the people in the crypto space that are being generous, I want to highlight them. So a little life lesson from this old guy: you never know the people that you meet that are initially strangers to you. You have no idea the role and the influence that they might have, could have in your life moving forward. I'll end with this story. There's another story that I heard about a lady that was a waitress in a restaurant, and she served this one man once a week. Every Friday, he would come in for breakfast for years and years. And one day, he said that he was getting ready to retire, but he asked the waitress, he said, well, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? And she's like, well, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur and open my own little company, but I never had the money. I'm a single mom, and this waitress had one daughter. So the next day, the man comes and writes that lady a check for $50,000 US. And that helped the lady start her business. So all I'm trying to say is the people that you meet in the cryptocurrency arena, some of your neighbors that maybe you haven't gotten to know yet, you never know the people that you meet, who exactly that you're talking to. So be kind to everybody, treat everybody with respect, because you never know who you're going to bump into, like this little boy bumped into the world famous soccer player. Anyhow, I know that was long-winded, but I hope you catch the heart of the message I was trying to bring across today. You never know the next person that you meet, what influence that they might have in your life. Anyhow, Crypto Mentor 99, love y'all. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.